Hey friends, it's Kelly and welcome back to Mama Needs a Goal. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. And if you're new here, welcome. If you guys have been following me over on Facebook and Instagram, then you know every Monday we have a 15-minute decluttering challenge for the entire week. It's called Motivation Monday. This week's challenge, we're going to be decluttering our cell phone apps and text and voice messages. Cell phone clutter. When you hear the word clutter, what comes to mind? I immediately think of a closet, room, or house with too much stuff lying around. An area in disarray to the point you find it hard to function or use that space. Physical clutter, for many, will often make you feel overwhelmed. As you look around the area full of clutter, you don't have a place to rest your eyes. But what about visual clutter? I know you may be saying to yourself, what is she talking about? Isn't it the same thing? But what I'm referring to is digital clutter. And it is basically the same thing, but instead of objects, it is text messages, apps, and voicemails. Emails too, but that's going to be another challenge. Just like physical clutter, the same can be said for digital clutter. If your phone has a ton of apps and or if you receive a ton of text notifications, we can become overstimulated. We often become overwhelmed or stressed, and this can affect our overall health. So let's get started. This week's challenge is deleting visual clutter from our cell phones. We will start the process by deleting apps that we don't need or rarely use. A few years ago, a Nielsen study found that the average person has 25 to 30 apps on their phone. That's a lot of apps and a lot of visual clutter. The reality is we don't use every app on our phone. So let's start by deleting any apps that we know that we don't use. Just look at each one and delete any that we don't use. Be honest with yourself. If you never use it or only a few times, delete it. I promise you won't miss them. Now let's take a look at the shopping apps on your phone. Companies want you to spend more money. They're trying to convince you that it's easier to shop by downloading their app, but it is a way for them to get you to spend more money. So do not get sucked in. Only keep the apps for the stores that you shop at on a regular basis, and even then, consider removing the app from your phone if you're able to order online from your computer. This will not only help with visual clutter, but it also might save you a little bit of money. Another type of app that we often have too many of are game apps. We'll download them for the kids to play, and then the kids will play them for a while, and then they stop, or then we end up playing some games and then move on to another game because we get tired of it. Take a good look at all the game apps and delete those that you don't play or rarely play. Social media apps will be the last app we're going to discuss. And I know you're saying, no way, I need my social media apps. But let's be honest, do you really need all those apps? Take a good look at them and delete the ones that you rarely use. Think about how much time you spend on social media. Ask yourself, how much more productive would I be if I deleted some of these apps? Also, think about how you feel when you visit some of these apps. Do you see others living their best life? Do you get depressed? Do you feel like you need to keep up with the Joneses? If so, consider removing the apps. Another way to help reduce visual clutter is to organize your apps on your phone. You can group apps together and put them in folders, and this will keep your home screen clutter-free. Find a soothing, calming picture to use as your background. Remember, you could keep the apps on another device at home, or if you truly miss an app, you can always reinstall it. The deletion is not permanent. Marketing text messages. Are you signed up with companies to get the latest coupon, deal, or sale? Do you receive regular text messages from these companies? Do you even look at the texts that they send anymore? I know I don't. I had a few on my phone, Nike being one of them. However, I usually only use their app or coupon when I was at the outlets when visiting the beach. Between Nike, Kohl's, Polo, and JCPenney, I was receiving several text messages a day. It drove me crazy. finally I decided I was putting a stop to it. I bet if you're like me, you rarely even use the links that they send you. At any time, you can unsubscribe by replying to a text by typing stop. Usually in the text, it will tell you what to type to unsubscribe. Most of the time, if you need a coupon, you can search for one or go to their website. Remember, just like apps, you can always resubscribe if you find that you really do use them. Old text and voice messages. Do you have a lot of old saved text and voice messages? Do you ever refer to them? Is there anything in those messages that you may need to refer to later? If you do not need them, delete them. This will help with storage, and honestly, you can set your phone to delete these messages after a few days or weeks to free up some storage. If there is anything in the messages that you may need to refer to, you could always write it down in the notes on your phone or just write it in your day planner. Feeling calm, productive, and less stressed. You will need to delete and organize your phone the best way that will work for you. But remember, all the excess can overstimulate a person and cause anxiety and stress. Old text can be written down in your planner or in the notes section of your phone. And don't forget, just because you deleted an app or stopped a marketing text does not make it permanent. You can always reinstall. You need to do what will work best for you. All right, my friends, well, that'll do it for this week's Declutter Challenge. I really hope you found this useful. I really would love to know how many apps you all have on your phone, so leave that down in the comments section, and then let me know how many you ended up deleting. I would love to know that. So anyway, friends, thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget, I am on Instagram and Facebook. And if you haven't already subscribed to my YouTube channel, I really would appreciate it. Give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to hit that little bell because it'll notify you every time I have a new video coming out. So friends, thanks so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.